In this video, you're going to learn step-by-step how to set up a high-converting Facebook ads funnel that targets your prospects and customers no matter where they're at in their purchasing journey. We're going to cover not only the proper Facebook objectives and types of campaigns you should use, but also the types of audiences you should target, the content of your ads themselves, from the creatives you should use to what kind of copy you should write to make sure that your ads have the most impact and actually resonate with the people you're showing your ads to. We're also going to talk about how much you should spend within each stage so you get the highest ROI from your campaigns. You want to stick around until the end to learn the #1 mistake that people make when it comes to retargeting and what you should be doing instead to generate better results. Now, before we get started, I'd appreciate an early thumbs up because these videos do take a really long time to make. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing because I know you're going to get a ton of value out of this one. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So we are going to start at the top of your funnel. This is where you begin building your warm audiences from completely cold traffic using none other than the traffic campaign objective. The goal here is to get clicks to your website from people who have never heard of your brand before and drip them into your middle and bottom of the funnel campaigns for retargeting. More on that later in this video. Obviously, make sure your website has the Facebook pixel installed because you are going to later retarget anyone who's been to your website. Over time, Facebook is going to get better and better at finding the right people to show your ads to.
You got eyes on the target?
Affirmative, Captain. Target is seated in the living room on the phone.
So the quality of your traffic will increase. You want to spend the time upfront to capture that data, allow Facebook to really learn about your customers because that higher quality traffic translates to more conversions, and more conversions means more sales. Now, this step is very important because this is basically the foundation that all of your other campaigns will be built on top of. This is the stage where you're building up your audiences from scratch. There is tremendous value in getting someone into your funnel at the stage, piquing their curiosity and interest in a very non-aggressive way so that even if they're not ready to buy right now, they at the very least know about your brand, have heard of you, and you can convert them later on.
You got a second? Why didn't you buy our product?
I know that a problem so many of you face is not targeting the right people, which leads to poor results. The quality of your inputs determines the quality of your outputs. So obviously poor targeting will lead to poor results. So please do not overlook this step. You can also use engagement and video views objectives here as well. The goal is to build awareness and get people to interact with your ads in some way, either through clicks to your website, watching at least 50% of your video, commenting, or engaging with your ads in some other way. I personally prefer traffic campaigns because there are more valuable actions that people can take once on your website, which you can later use to your advantage through various methods of retargeting and building custom audiences. So you want to start with some cold interest targeting. So remember that these are going to be completely cold audiences. I'm going to use an athletic apparel company as an example. So I would pick 6 to 10 interests that I think my potential customers would most likely be into and create one ad set for each interest within a CBO campaign. You want to structure them this way rather than popping all 10 interests into one ad set because you want to be able to pinpoint which interests are better than others. If you layer everything together, it will be hard for you to isolate the specific interest responsible for your results. Now, I recommend using CBO over ad set budgets because Facebook generally does a way better job of finding your best customers for you. Try to keep your audience size focused. Anywhere from 10,000 to 5 million is good here. And I realize that's a pretty big range, but that's going to vary depending on the nature of your business. So now let's talk about budget. Obviously, you should spend whatever makes the most sense for you, but I like to start with $5 to $10 a day. That should be more than enough to drive a decent amount of traffic to your site. This stage involves a bit more experimentation and testing, so I wouldn't spend too much money on your traffic campaigns. You're free to scale that up as you progress to increase your volume. Now, what kind of ads should you create? What do the creatives and ad copy look like? This is such an important component that you want to pay close attention to, because too often I see a lot of you guys going straight to pitching or selling an offer, which is a huge mistake.
Hey guys, looking to buy a Hummer today? We're having a Rocktober sales event that's going into Rockvember. Rockvember sales event, guys! Every Hummer comes with a free Segway. Hey, why don't you shut up?
Remember, at this stage of your funnel, you just want to make people aware of your brand. Let them know who you are, what you do, and what value your product or service can provide to them. You just want to let them know that you exist, basically.
Hi! Hi! Good morning!
So with these ads, don't try to sell. You should actually try to think of it like creating content instead. Videos, images, or carousels that showcase your product or services and the benefits you provide in a very non-aggressive way. For example, if you're selling a fitness program, you may want to do a video ad that shows 5 great workouts that are fantastic alternatives to cardio. Or if you sell furniture, a carousel ad that showcases 3 different ways to style a coffee table. With an amazing creative, these ads can accomplish 3 things. They attract people who are interested in what you have to offer, generate tons of engagement. I'll explain how this boosts your campaign ROI in a separate video. And it drives quality traffic to your website while you build your warm audiences. What you should not do is say, here's my product, take 25% off when you order today. People are going to look at your ad and think, I've never used your products or services, and I've never even heard of you before. Why would I drop my hard-earned cash on something that I don't even have trust in yet? Something like this works much better in the middle of your funnel, which I will get to next. You want to establish that relationship and build trust with your prospects first before hitting them with an offer. It's like proposing to someone on the first date.
No, don't do it.
Will you marry me? What a bad idea.
Slow down. So now let's dive into what your middle of the funnel campaigns look like. This is the stage where you're going to be pushing for those conversions, converting cold and warm prospects into customers and driving the most amount of sales. The people you're advertising to are in the consideration stage of their purchasing journey and pretty much ready to buy. Therefore, your goal is to present your prospects with a compelling offer they can't refuse and get them to take action. Whether that's signing up for your program, your course, or buying products from your store. Simultaneously, you want to keep your traffic campaigns running because those customers are going to feed into the audiences you use in this stage. At this point, you've generated a decent amount of traffic to your site, and unless you've gotten at least 100 unique purchases, which I know most of you don't necessarily have right now, Facebook is still learning about your customers. Here, we are going to be using everyone's beloved conversions campaigns. You want to be targeting primarily lookalike audiences, as well as any interest-based audiences that you've already warmed up. Most likely, you'd be using lookalikes based on everyone who's engaged with your Instagram account, everyone who's watched 75% of a video, your website traffic, which you likely have at least 100 unique visitors by now if your ads have been running for at least a week. I'm not going to go into detail about the types of audiences here because I want to stay on topic for this video, but leave a comment down below if you'd like a separate video on custom and lookalike audiences. So what kind of creatives work here? I know you've been itching to talk about how amazing your product or service is, so now is your chance to do that. At this stage, your ads and creatives should be designed to sell.
Sell me this pen.
Well,
Make sure that you have a compelling offer, ad copy, and a landing page that speaks to why your brand is the best and why customers should choose you. This is not the time to be modest or hold back, so break out your best videography, images, and use testimonials in your ads. You need to be super persuasive in your ad copy. If you want a breakdown of how to create ads that convert, I have a video that goes in depth about how to do that right here. I'll also link it in the description box below, so be sure to check that out if you're looking for some guidance on how to create winning ads on Facebook. Also, let's not forget that conversion campaigns are the most expensive because the quality of people you're targeting is higher, and you're also bidding among thousands of other advertisers for the same placement in people's feeds. You have the right eyeballs. Now it's your job to create show-stopping ads that convince your prospects to buy. Now, when it comes to budget, this is where it's going to vary quite a bit for each of you. Spend what you can afford, but I recommend no less than $50 a day, given the current landscape of Facebook ads, increased competition, rising CPMs, and all of that. That isn't to say that you have to spend $50 a day. That's just what we typically spend on the low end for our smallest clients in our agency to see any real traction in sales. We also have clients that spend upwards of $5,000 a day, but chances are most of you are not at that spending level just yet, which is perfectly fine because it takes a lot of time to work your way up to those numbers. It doesn't happen overnight. With that in mind, your ad spend for your middle of the funnel will vary depending on your niche, whether you're a local, national, or global business, and the products or services that you're selling. Obviously, if you're a local business, there isn't the need to spend thousands a day because there just aren't that many people within your geography to advertise to. So like I said, the budget varies quite a bit here. Spend what you can afford. Also, before we get to the last step of our funnel, I want to invite you to book a free strategy and consultation call with me. If you're an e-commerce brand and you've been running ads for a while and are looking to scale, or you're doing at least $20,000 in monthly sales, either organically, paid, or both, or you want to take your Facebook ads to the next level, my agency has a track record of getting incredible results for clients just like you. On our call, we'll review your ad account. I'll give you my personal recommendations on how you can optimize your campaigns and tips on how you can improve your overall digital marketing funnel to drive more sales. So if this is something that you'd be interested in, click the link in the description box below to book a call with me because I would love to work with you. Okay, lastly, the part you've all been waiting for, the bottom of your funnel. Now that you've gotten a solid amount of traffic to your site, some engagement, abandoned carts, and hopefully some conversions from your top and middle of the funnel campaigns, you're ready to do some retargeting. This is where you're going to see the highest return on your ad spend. And I should also add that this stage of the funnel is also where you'll spend the least amount of money. That being said, this group of customers are either super warm or hot leads, people who have been to your website, interacted with your brand, either through ads or organically on Facebook and Instagram, or even repeat customers. You know with a high degree of confidence that these people want what you have to offer, and 9 times out of 10 are going to buy. They just need a little nudge in the right direction with some retargeting. Now, before you get ahead of yourself and set up conversions campaigns for retargeting, let me stop you right there. You do not want to use conversions campaigns for this. That's a big mistake. What you want to use instead are reach campaigns so that your ads reach every single person who's been to your website, engaged with your brand, added to cart, initiated a checkout, etc. Well, you might be thinking, don't conversions campaigns do that? No. Conversions campaigns will pool your audiences together and deliver your ads to those that Facebook deems are most likely to buy. These work best when you have larger audiences. Alternatively, Reach is best suited for retargeting because not only are these audiences smaller, but the objective is also cheaper due to the lower CPMs. Super powerful. Now, this isn't to say that you cannot use conversions campaigns for retargeting, but they will be less effective and less economical. Conversions campaigns are always going to be the most expensive since your competitors and everyone else is also bidding on what I like to call these hyper engaged customers in the open auction. So think of it this way. When you start running ads, like everyone else, you're using conversions campaigns for prospecting and to basically warm up your audience. Great. Over time, you capture a bunch of website traffic, add to cart events, conversions, and eventually you build a customer list of, let's say, 1,000 people. That 1,000 people are super hot leads that you know are going to make a purchase or a repeat purchase. And since you've already paid a premium to acquire them through your conversions campaigns, you should remarket to them much cheaper using reach campaigns. Long story short, if you have a warm list, there really is no difference in how Facebook delivers your ads to those people, except that the conversions tracking for reach is not always the most accurate. Having said that, using reach is going to drive your cost per result significantly down and get you those conversions at much lower cost than using conversions or any other campaign objective. For your budget, I would set it at $10 for every 1,000 people that you're remarketing to. If your audience size is smaller than that, I would set it at $5 a day. If you set your budget higher than your corresponding potential audience size, one of two things will happen. Either your ads won't deliver or your CPM will increase because there just aren't enough people for Facebook to deliver your ads to. It's like trying to spend $10,000 when you only have $10 in your bank account.
We want to take out a hefty loan.
What is your account number?
7.
You can't spend what you don't have. Now, when it comes to your creatives, it's actually pretty simple. All you have to do is introduce a different angle, expand on your benefits, or present a slightly different offer. Make sure though to use different images or videos in your retargeting ads. Chances are they've already seen your ads once or twice before, so mix it up. Put yourself in the customer's shoes. If you saw the same exact ad over and over again, would seeing it a third or fourth time convince you to buy? Probably not. The goal is to edge those on the fence prospects who are considering your product or service to convert. And sometimes it might take a few touch points before you get that conversion, which is common. So they might see your ads 2, 3, or 4 times before they finally buy. Pro tip, try combining carousel formats with testimonials. That's always proven to be a great way to re-engage those leads by offering them more info via multiple slides to make their decision. So that's my step-by-step process on how to set up a funnel with your Facebook ads. Now, I didn't go into detail about what specific audiences to use, such as the different custom and lookalike audiences, because that alone would be a whole separate video. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like a video on that. And now that you know how to create a cohesive and scalable funnel using Facebook ads, how do you implement it to make sure you're actually profitable while scaling? If you're interested in doing this for your e-commerce brand, I would love to chat with you. Click the link below to book a call with me and we'll work with you like we do with our clients to get you amazing results. Now, if you learned something or got value from this video, please don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. As always, please consider subscribing if you enjoy the content on this channel because I spend a lot of time making these videos for you guys. It would really make my day. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!